Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael Griggs, and welcome back to Griggs Talk. We're back. International break is over. Man United are back, which means I'm back. I took my own break for international break because it was very boring. There were no news. I told Staffy when we did our last match reaction, I said there's not gonna be money news. He didn't trust me, but I was right that
Wasn't.
time. But yeah, for anyone that tunes in, make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know the drill, helps the algorithms and all of that. And as you see to my right, I think that's my left. All right, I got my boy Staffy, back-to-back appearances, back-to-back match reactions. How you doing, my boy?
Good. Finally a win. First of all, international break is over. That was a boring life there. Big up JJ
Yo, JJ.
in the comments. And Hussam is doing it. Yeah, look at this
Big
Hussam
up
guy. By the
Hassan,
way,
bro.
let me tell
My
you,
boy.
before I get into anything, this guy was sitting on the terrace comments hating on MAINOO. So we'll discuss this on El Ahwa. This absolute fraud. But listen, thank you for having me, bro. International break was boring. We came back and listen, 3-0. Me and you even made fun of the prediction when Kevin said 3-0. 3-0 in 2023. We haven't seen this in a while. Clean sheet. Kobe Minu 10 out of 10 performance. Martial goal. Unana clean sheet. Too many things went right today. So we have a lot to talk about. But thank you for having me, bro. Make sure you guys smash the like on the video right now.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know. It's tough to put where you choose to start because you could either start with the goal, but I don't really want to start with the goal. I want to start with the amazing debut performance by someone that me and Staffy we saw live in July in the preseason game against Arsenal. And for us too, he was the best player on that pitch in that first half, especially when it was the starters versus the starters. The young G, Kobe Mainu. We all know the pressure going into this game today because Everton, obviously, the deduction points, everyone's like, this is going to be a terrible atmosphere for us. It's going to be packed. It's going to be crazy. Would Ten Hag throw a youngster into that kind of atmosphere? Can he handle the pressure? Hey man, it can't really get much better from a debut from a six because he played the sixth position today. I don't know. I don't know what his exact stats were. I'm sure my boy CK who created
I
the
didn't even
comp.
check it yet.
I
Yeah.
didn't even check. The only stat I know is that he won 100% of his tackles. That's all I know. That's the one stat I know. So Staffy, because I'm gonna give a soliloquy on Kobe Mano because I always have to do that. I'm gonna let you go first. And how did you feel about Kobe Mano today?
Listen, I think he gave us the best performance from a six this season so far. All of our sixes struggled this season. We've seen Ericsson in the six struggle. We've seen McTominay in the six struggle. We've seen Casemiro in the six struggle. And we've seen Emre Bar maybe the first game when he debuted against Crystal Palace C team in the cup. He struggled. All of our sixes struggled. Today, the midfield didn't look good, but Kobe Mino looked good. He looked like the most composed six we've had playing a game for us this season so far. And that tells me a lot because you still managed to do everything that you were supposed to do, look good, and end up winning the game when you didn't play in a competent midfield. We've been calling about, McTominay and Bruno starting and leaving kind of like the six isolated on the build up and stuff like that. We spoke about it all season, and the personnel changed, and but the performances didn't. Today he looked like a natural. And the thing is, you guys need to understand. I think the six is the most difficult position to play on the pitch. I really do think so. There's a few hard positions to play. A six is one of them. We've seen, and I think we've spoken about this, Griggs, before. Players come in, and when they debut in positions that play you next to the wing. Sorry, next to the line. You tend to see center backs and midfielders debut as wingers and fullbacks because it's easier to play when the line is next to you. To get thrown in the middle of the pitch and to be the conductor is what basically Kobe did today. It's very hard to play that position at that age. If you don't know who Kobe is and you don't know anyone about this team, and I just put you in front of the TV and I let you watch this team, I'm like, tell me who looks like the most mature player on the pitch right now when they get the ball. It's MAINOO. MAINOO did not look like he was 18, which is why I said before, if you're good enough, you're old enough. There's people that want, and I said this on the terrace, and I'm gonna say it here again on your channel, and I'm gonna say this every time anyone speaks about MAINOO. When you talk about Zaire Emery, when you talk about Yamin Lama, you talk about these players, you gotta talk about MAINOO as well. Think this kid is generational. I think this kid is a natural, and he didn't look at a place today, and I couldn't ask for anything more because we texted before the game, Griggs, and I told you I'm worried for him because I think the occasion is big. This is not an ideal situation to debut in and he looked good. So I gotta be happy. I gotta be grateful that it went well, and I'm just looking forward to more.
Yeah. Before I go on my soliloquy about let me go through the comments real quick. JJ, when's the last time I went 3-0? I promise you, I think it's Leicester last year. I genuinely think that's the last time I won a game 3-0. I'm not even joking. Or maybe I think that's the last time. Big up the AO King Kevin Jimenez, because that's someone call me every single time. Um Big up you too. MAINOO plays like a developed, mature man who's played the game for long, man. That's the one thing you go. He's just maturity, bro. I'll talk about like there were some actions where he just so that our midfielders. I haven't seen a midfielder do that for us since Paul Scholes and Michael Carrick. And that it's been a long time, man. We've been suffering. JJ said Casemiro, buddy. Saudi's calling. He's not getting his chain back. Not even trying to overhype the kid. Yeah, I told you, man. Staffy, I sent this in our group chat. March 2023. I said it. Varane and Casemiro should not be started by next season. I said it for time. And I said it in the summer too. MAINOO's going to come take those corners. And Casemiro is an all-time six. One of the greats of the game. But Kobe MAINOO, for this specific Ten Hag system,
100%
fits so much better because you saw the way that he dropped between the center backs. Just on the ball, there were moments where MAINOO would get the ball in the half turn and he just turned and ran into space. Casemiro would have launched the ball like at the punt and fourth down in the NFL. It's just Casemiro's game is not meant for this kind of stuff. Big up Moroccan Igal. It's good to see happy United fans for once. It's been a long time, man. Me and Staff have been through the rough this winter.
Well, Moroccan Igal is crazy, by the way.
Would you play Casemiro, MAINOO, and Eriksen? You could, theoretically. That is a midfield you could play. I don't know about the balance in Ten Hag system with that because I think Casemiro, would he allow himself to just keep running forward while MAINOO kind of drops deeper? And also Eriksen in this stage of his career also likes to drop deeper too. Will he be able to play between the lines kind of like how the positions that Bruno occupies? That's tough. If maybe in the FA Cup match, I would try that. That's something like in January against like maybe like a Champions of opposition. That's the games that you tried against. I wouldn't try that against Premier League opposition though. That's kind of crazy. Staff, you got a message for you. Nah, Staffy, back your boy Amrabat. He's not just struggling, he's woeful. 10 packs of ass, but I digress. Good performance from a lot of the team. Big up Grace. Big up MJ. We'll talk about
ass, but let me tell you something. I don't think he's been given a platform to succeed on anyways, which is why I'm even bigging up MAINOO even more today. Because I've seen everyone step in that 6 and fail. And I don't think Amrabat is world class, by the way. I just think he's a very good player, but not world class. And I think you still need to give him a balanced midfield for him to thrive in. I think I'll tell you something. If Amrabat played today next to MAINOO, he would have looked good because he had a decent 6 next to him. They could have played a double pivot, or MAINOO could have been like that 6, that kind of when you get the ball, he switches it to 8 and he progresses the ball because he can do both. Amrabat would have survived something like that, but to put him in that role on his own where he just picks up the ball and picks out all the passes and all that, he doesn't have the passing range, and he's not necessarily a silky player, so he's not easy on the eye like MAINOO. So I wouldn't say he's woeful. The midfield just been woeful. He's not generational, so he's not gonna look that good.
Yeah. Back to MAINOO real quick. With MAINOO, I've been usually more in touch with like the youth teams out of all of us, and I heard about his name a couple of years ago. Obviously, he was part of that FA Youth Cup team, the one that won the FA Youth Cup. It was him, Gore, and Hanson Aaron as the midfield three. They were excellent in that midfield throughout that whole campaign. And I wrote an article by him for United Journal. I think it was 2022. I think it was around the springtime because I was still in school. And I said, at first, I didn't really analyze the game as much. I kind of fell into the stereotype comparing him to Pogba in a sense because like the similar profiles like Carrington, similar positions like the hybrid 6'8" kind of stuff. But the more I watch this game, especially when I watch him live in preseason, watching a player live helps so much in terms of analyzing their game. What we did with Pogba in terms of like moving him to pivot is actually what we need to do with MAINOO. Because I've seen some people say don't do what we did to Pogba. So we need to do to MAINOO what we do with Pogba. Because I said on Staffy in the match on the halftime reaction too. This kid is born for me to play in a pivot. Like if I was England, but this is not going to happen. But if I'm Gareth Southgate, the perfect partner for Declan Rice in this year's Euros is Kobe MAINOO. You play a Kobe MAINOO and Declan Rice pivot with Jude Bellingham ahead of them or James Madison. Bro, that's the best midfielder in Europe for the Euros.
They complement each other very well with the athleticism, the physicality, the passing, the defensive work, everything. Everything is in that duo. I hear you.
And today with Kobe, the way he was just dropping between the center backs, he allowed Maguire to make some. And I think it was the second half. Maguire was making a run.
When he was on the right wing, remember?
Bro, MAINOO allowed him to do that. Luke Shaw was excellent as well today. He allowed our fullbacks to go up further up the pitch because our system was helped so much by him being able to drop the center backs and not punt the ball on. He was able to do the 1-touch, 2-touch. Onana was comfortable into passing to him, which Onana has not been comfortable passing to anyone on this team so far this season. I'm pretty sure Leach and Shaw is the only one that he trusts. And then there was a moment where like DCL was pressing him and MAINOO like was ready to receive the ball and he delayed it, waiting for DCL to come press him a little bit more. And then he finally did the little soft touch to Rashford. Bro, that's real midfield play, man. awareness, the scanning. That's what a midfielder is. You can have all the passing range, you can have like the athleticism, but if you don't have the awareness, the way he scans the pitch, bro, this is an 18-year-old that plays like a 23, 24-year-old, and it's scary to think about how much better he's gonna get. I said it in the summer too, because Barcelona fans got on me. I said Kobe Mano has a higher ceiling than Gavi. Gavi obviously La Masia attacks. He's all action. He's got the dog in him. But technical level, Kobe Mano's technical level is so clear, and it's about time Man United got this kid, and just do whatever it does, do whatever it takes to keep him happy because he deserves it. And it's time to build a midfield around him because you have a midfielder that, especially the difference between him and Pogba is that he can play a lot deeper. So it allows you to like build all around him a little easier. But all you have to do is just get him a 6, and then you don't even have to play a 10. You don't even have to do a 10. You can just do an advanced 8, like a Jacob Ramsey, for example, from Aston Villa, that can just.
Yeah, but imagine in Griggs with like a Madison as an example.
Yeah, with
you give him a 6 and a Madison, it's over, bro. Because all Kobe has to do. Listen, he and I was gonna ask you about this because I think he's that type of midfielder that gets a little bit more freedom, so he could freestyle his way in the midfield a little bit. Because as you mentioned, when he drops up and picks up the ball, it relieves a lot of duties for someone else. Like imagine as an example, Lissandro's there. He picks up the ball. Lissandro kind of finds himself in that midfield, which he's good at. He picks a pass for him there. He kind of covers for him whenever he progresses the ball because we know Lissandro likes to progress the ball, but you need a 6 to cover for him. Same way when he doesn't do that, let's say Lissandro's the one that feeds him the ball. You can pick up the ball and his movement into the final third with his dribbling or his passing makes it much easier for his 10. So if he has a 10 that can low-key drop and pick up the ball or just wait for the ball to receive it in the final third and do this final third passes, because I don't think this is Kobe special. Like, I don't think he's going to be that player when he reaches the final third. He's going to pick these, silky passes out of nowhere and find someone. I don't think that's his strength. But you give him someone that's very good at that. All he has to do is deliver the point from point A to point B for him. And he's the guy in the middle. You know what I mean? So I think you give him a competent 6 and a competent 10, and you have a very settled midfielder there.
Yeah, he was dropping into right back. He could just play all over the pitch. That's just a footballer. He's just a footballer. It's as simple as that. He's just a footballer. Bro, and I tweeted this too. I said my season starts when Kobe Mino's here. So my season has officially started. 1-0 in the Kobe Mino era, undefeated. I'll see y'all next week when we go to St. James Park. Bruno G, Joelinton. What's that other kid that they have? Milton? Miley? What's his name?
Miley.
We're coming too. Because he's getting a lot of Kobe Mino, bro. He owns that youth corner in terms of midfielders, bro. Zaire Emery. I've seen clips of what Kobe Mino did to him in the Under-17 World Cup. I've seen clips or the year.
We need to post that because people think. Bro, listen, people thought I was crazy when I was saying this kid is generational.
He bodied him, bro. And Zaire Emery is one of the best young midfielders I've seen in a long time because he's a lot more physical than Mainu. Like he's a PNP midfielder, but Mainu, bro, it's just special. But enough about Mainu because we're gonna have a long season to talk about him that well. Let's talk to someone that Staffy actually doesn't like. He likes him, but he doesn't rate him as highly as United fans, which I kind of agree with. I think us as a fan base kind of gas him up a little too much. Goal of the season, because I don't think there's gonna be a goal of the season that tops that. This goal made me fall out of my chair when I saw it. Garnacho. I'll let you go first. Honestly, we're all surprised by the goal. Let's be real. Like it's never gonna happen again. But what did you think of the goal and his performance overall?
I don't remember anything about his performance other than the goal, and I think that says a lot about him as a player. But listen, I'm not going to be negative today because people like to associate me with negativity. Listen, it's a very good goal. It took us all by surprise, and I think it was very important because the goal was scored very early. We spoke before the game, and I told you, listen, like it's a toxic environment to go to today. You don't want to go to Goodison Park in general. If you're a top 6 team, teams like Everton, they wait for these games. They always turn up for these games. They're a family club. The 10-point deduction made it even more raging for them. They were pissed off. They printed those 38,000 red cards that saying corrupt on it, and it had the Premier League logo, and they used it before the game. I thought they were United fans for a second. I was like, why are the stands all red? And apparently it was like they were holding these cards. I was like, damn, I thought we had Goodison Park in our back pocket. But listen, it was very hard circumstances to go into and start the game well. And I think that goal stunned everybody, including our players and Garnacho himself. I think everyone was stunned at how quick we scored that, and the quality of the goal had everyone's like jaw drop. And if you see, Everton eventually grew into the game. Okay, they had us on the ropes for like last 20 minutes of the first half. That's probably me being generous. The thing is, though, I think if we don't score that goal early, especially the way that we scored it, because it was a moment of quality, I think they would have had us on the ropes since the beginning. Because how many games do we start, especially away from home, and the opponent has us under pressure right away? That goal saved us like a good 15 minutes. I'll tell you that. Because everyone was stunned. The goal was absolute quality. As you said, I think it's going to be goal of the season. It's going to take a lot, by the way, to top that goal. Whoever wins goal of the season this season most likely deserved it, because for you to score a better goal than that, it means you did something outrageous. So unless it's a scorpion kick from outside the box or something, I don't know how anyone's going to top that, because this is pretty much goal of the season so far, and it's only November. So it's going to take a lot to top this goal. And someone in my chat today was I forgot who said that. He was like, it must be the CR7 boxers, because that was a CR7-esque goal. It reminded me of two goals: the Rooney goal and the Ronaldo goal against Juventus, because both of the goals, the ball was played in behind. They both low-key shinned it, so it gave me flashbacks of both goals. And I'm glad I saw this, because the Rooney goal 10 years ago, wherever it was, it might have been Kevin. Talking about underwear, it has to be Kevin Jimenez. But I missed the Rooney goal 10 years ago. I didn't watch that game live, and I was pissed. So a decade later, Garnacho made up for it. So thank you, Garnacho.
Yeah. JJ said we can't chat on Garnacho for at least another 3 games. Yo, someone tweeted that he should start another 10 games because of that goal. You know what? I kind of hear it, man. He won man of the match too today, but for that kind of goal, I know MAINOO for me was man of the match, but if you score that kind of goal, I kind of hear why he got man of the match.
He scored a goal and he wasn't worse than Rashford, so
because it was a winner too. It was a winner too, technically, because we won 3-0. So, that for me though with Garnacho, like obviously defensively, he was actually much better than he was on the ball. I thought he was checking back excellent. He blocked a couple crosses, especially after he scored the goal. Like his confidence went up, obviously, because if you're 19 and you score a goal like that in the Premier League, your confidence must be through the roof, bro. Like it's incredible. His
adrenaline must have been crazy.
Bro, he's probably gonna text his friends after the game and everything. Like, yo, look at the goal. He's probably gonna text Ronaldo. Like, he's gonna be, yo,
I thought of that too. I was like, you think Ronaldo texted him after the goal?
He's gonna tag him in the Instagram picture and something. But obviously Garnacho, like, he's so much raw. I think someone said that he's an impact player right now. I think JD probably said that. I think so.
He is an impact player, man.
I kind of lost it. Oh no, Kevin Jimenez said it. My bad. I think he's an impact sub, but obviously the situation right now calls him to be kind of a starter because Anthony has been falling off a cliff. Good, thank God for that. To be honest, he's permanently pretty much benched. Rashford's moved to the right because of that, which means our only left wing option is Garnacho. Because unlike what Temi said, we are not starting Anthony Martial at left wing ever this season.
I don't know what Temi's smoking, bro.
So yeah, Garnacho just has to do the job right now, and he did good enough, man. Maybe when Ahmad comes back, maybe he goes back to being impact sub. But he did good today, scored the goal. That's all that matters because our front we're talking about that. Our front three all scored today. When's the last time that happened?
I tweeted that. I was like, we're no longer on 1 GA from our front line.
Yeah, bro. We don't hold the Premier League goals anymore either. We're at 0, which is technically a positive number.
Martial goal, Garnacho goal, and Rashford.
Bro, it is what it is. But yeah, overall, though, first half, we kind of talked about it subtly. Like, it was okay. Obviously, we got to go early, which helped, but they kind of cooked us a little bit. They had us on the ropes, but we went into halftime with 1-0. And in the second half, I thought we played better in the second half. Obviously, the game opened up a little bit more because Everton had to attack us a little bit more. But I saw more patterns. I saw more giving goals. Martial kind of started getting more. Second half, Martial was excellent. I don't think, like, if you give him a rating for the second half alone, it's a 10 out of 10 because he did excellent. He won the pen.
He was good in the second half. First half, he was shit.
He won the pen. I also tweeted this like a year ago when he won a pen against City, I think. I said, Martial, bro, Hall of Fame penalty baiter badge, bro. He draws pens so much, and it's not a coincidence. I think this is our second pen of the season that we get a pen after Martial comes back, bro, because he knows how to foul bait because it wasn't a dive. And I think Gary Neville called him a diver because Gary Neville's a hater. Bro, Martial knows how to win pens. It's not even diving. He just knows how to like position himself.
Bro, the way he just poked the ball in front of the defender, he waited for the leg to be out, poked it. By the way, I think maybe the ball was a little bit overhit, but I think if the Ashley Young doesn't catch him, he most likely scores a goal there. Because it was the same run that he made for the goal that he scored when Bruno passed it to him. It was similar. It was the same play, just a little bit different. Obviously, one he won a penalty from, and one he scored from. So, and I don't know what it is. First of all, the referee is an absolute dweeb for not calling that penalty. Because you know what pissed me off the most, and I would be pissed if I'm an Everton fan. The referee looked at it, said no pen. Yellow card, don't dive again. And then he looks at it in the replay, slow motion. Yes, this is a pen. If you didn't think it was a pen, in real life when there was no one there, bro. Go look at the replay. The referee was right in front of it. What made you change your opinion based on a replay? Because you saw it the first time. You're telling me you didn't see the contact the first time. The level of refereeing in this league, by the way, is just so shocking. Because I don't think you needed a VAR to overturn that. You either give it from the beginning or you just say, yeah, it's not a penalty. I don't think you needed a slow motion to see what you already saw in real life.
But yeah, absolutely terrible. But big old Martial for independent and the goal, bro. That was vintage Martial, Tony Marshall, man. If this was the last good performance he ever gave us, it's been a good 7-8 years for us, man. Because thank you for your service. Because that goal, bro, I see Martial NHS Martial. I tweeted, bro, that little dink chip that he does right for the goalkeeper, bro, it's ice cold, man. It's a beautiful.
I love
finish.
these finishes, bro.
Bro,
Now you know why I chip all the time in EA Sports and in FIFA.
Martial's the inspiration. Martial's the inspiration. I hear it, man. I hear.
These are the goals that I try to score.
No, that was vintage Martial performance. Him and Bruno, the give and go. They messed it up in the middle of the park, but they did better as the half went on. But it's good to see him on the score sheet. How do you feel about us scoring 3 goals without Højlund? Because that's going to be a narrative that's going to get brought up this week probably. First time we scored 3. Second time we scored 3 goals in the season, both without Højlund. Both of Martial starting up top.
I didn't think of that.
I hate that I'm going to say this, but it's not a negative towards Højlund. It's more negative to our team. But this team right now does not require a striker like Højlund. It needs a link play striker because it needs it creates fluidity. Like I love Højlund. I think his link play is decent, but like it's not the level of Martial. Let's be real. And if our wingers like Rashford today, he was just horrible. Like you guys know how much I love Rashford. I said get him benched. I think good for the penalty goal. I'm happy he made it. That means like he has somewhat like maybe a % confidence in him. But even after the penalty, his body language today was shocking. He didn't want to be there. He really looked like he did not want to be at that pitch. And for the first time for the first time in the season, I really questioned his character because like he had so many opportunities to cut it back.
He's taking a lot of wrong decisions too, bro. There was one that he tried to do a roulette between 2 players.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this is like, bro.
Like, are you serious right now?
Omar's gonna catch a straight here, bro. He dribbled like Omar in Pro Cup today. That's what it looked like, man. Omar's my guy. I love Omar, bro. That's what it looked like today. It's so bad, but
he was trying to dribble into defenders. I'm like, why? By the way, that goal, I think it was before we scored the third, or it might have been after. When it was him and Bruno 2-on-1, and all he had to do was just find Bruno on the cross, and Tarkowski got a touch on it, sent it to the corner.
You know
I'm like, bro,
that pass, by the way,
2-on-1 situation.
I don't. At first, I'm like, yo, good block by Tarkowski. But the more I saw that pass again, Pickford was gonna come on and get that pass. It was not making it to Bruno. I'm gonna be real. The weight, the power on that pass
wasn't a good pass.
It wasn't. Bro, a good pass.
You know he should. I looked at it. I was like, he could have dribbled one more time if he wanted.
Yeah, it's like it's just a player that doesn't know. Like he can't even do the basics right now. Let alone the more more complex fundamental stuff. He just can't do the basics.
I think if Pulisic was in that situation, he would have done 100%. Something out of it. And Pulisic not a better player than him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pulisic at that time, he would have had a better head to make a better decision.
And there's also a moment where like that pass that he made to Garnacho kind of hit the side netting, but he could have just cut it back to Martial and Bruno.
They were at the Martial looked at him. He was like,
they're on the 6.
It wasn't even a cross. It was a shot, bro. And I'm like, bro, how do you expect him to score that? So, like if Garnacho scored that, I'd be more impressed with it than the first goal because that was a bullet. That wasn't a cross, bro. How am I supposed to? If I'm a striker or like someone who's about to finish, how the fuck am I supposed to finish that chance? Like,
honestly, bro, if he scored that, actually might have been more impressive than the first goal because that's what
I'm saying.
Like it was that tough. They said in the front line, Rashford benefits with Martial. The front line only Rashford benefits with Martial playing. Pulisic, Ahmad, and maybe Anthony. I kind of hear that. You know what? That makes sense. I really need to see what Ahmad can bring to this front line because that right wing has just been so horrible this season that no one's really taking the opportunity to kind of solidify it. Ahmad's the only one that we have left. Otherwise, it's cooked. But I don't want to disrespect Højlund because obviously Højlund has 0 Premier League goals, and it's not his fault. I've said that multiple times. But I do think that right now this team benefits. It's not even just the front line. It's also the Brunos of the world. Bruno likes playing with the link striker because it also allows him to make like a third man run in behind the striker. He likes to do that as well. So I kind of get it. Also, we don't have fullbacks that can really cross.
Hey, remember, listen, I said let's try Højlund on the right wing, and no one wanted to hear
Rashford, Højlund.
If he plays with Martial, that link up will be good.
Yeah. See, tell me, instead of saying Martial left wing, just saying Martial striker and Højlund right wing. See, it makes sense, man.
Højlund on the right wing. Listen, because Højlund likes to drive into space. He's not a person to be his man. If you have a striker who drops for him like Martial that can link up the play. low key, you can have him doing what Greenwood was doing a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because Greenwood was never a winger. We played him down the wing, but he was a striker, and he was eating because he was playing in that front three. Now I don't think Hoyland's strike of the ball is as good as Greenwood was because Greenwood had elite ball striking, which is why he was scoring a lot of these. But having running into space, he has the speed, he has the physicality, and he will finish some chances. I actually
He
am
even has
ready
the tech
to.
for it. He even has the tech for it. I think Holland's good at dribbling.
I don't see him really beating a man one on one, but if you give him space to
But
run at someone,
I
I
think
think he could do
I
it.
think he could beat a man one on one because he's shifty. Like he's quick, so like he's got quick
But
feet.
that's
So
why
he'll
I'm saying with some space in it. This is why I'm saying it's very important for Martial to be the nine
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
playing
yeah,
with Martial gives you the
yeah.
space
Of
to
course,
run
of
into.
course, of course, of course.
Because when he drops, but
Man,
if
I
you have
think
Rashford as a nine or someone else, you can't really
yeah.
do that.
So we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, I do think Holland should obviously be the starting striker for this club because Martial, like I said, bro, we get this performance once a year, maybe twice a year at best. And that's all we're gonna get for. It wasn't even a full 90 minutes they gave us. It was a good 45. The other 45 in the first half
Second
was
half,
atrocious. And also, Martial against Everton is cash money every year.
he
Yo,
loves scoring against Everton,
bro,
bro. I can't understand it.
Martial could have no ACL, and I promise you, he's still scoring against Everton. It's
Bring
a
him in
funny
on a
thing,
wheelchair and he'll score. Yeah,
bro. It's hilarious, but nah, good performance from him. Anyone else? Onana, obviously. I think he's second in clean sheets now. Funnily enough, I think we're the second most clean sheets in the Premier League.
no, we're joint. We're joint first. First with Jonestown.
No. I'm talking about goalkeeper. I'm talking about just as a team because Arsenal have the most clean sheets in the league, but Ramsdale and Raya has
Oh,
split the
sorry. I
minutes.
thought you were talking about the goalkeeper.
Nah, I know goalkeeper's not right, but as a team, we're second, I think,
Let me check. That's
which is
interesting
which is
because they
hilarious.
used Ramsdale and Rice. So,
It's, but
Premier
with Onana, bro,
League.
he's been good.
He
I
was
saw
very
today.
good, bro.
Today,
You
I
could
actually
see.
saw him complete a long pass because it didn't go past the midfield. Like he clipped a nice little pass over to Dallo when Dallo was free in the middle of the pitch. That's the Onana that we signed. That's the Onana that we signed, and the one that we thought we were gonna get. And it's not been his fault because our build up is horrible. It's usually just hoof it. But when he has a space, he can find a ping, and he did that today with Dallo. Saving was good. That one save that he kind of actually died a little early, but he was able to redeem himself with the left hand, and he even got a couple nice punches in. I saw my goalkeeper punch a corner away. I haven't seen that in 10 years. Good man. I think
Yeah,
it's like
two of them.
3 out of 4 clean sheets as well. Confidence. That's all we need from Onana. That's
The
all we
only
need from
person that
defensively.
has more clean sheets than Onana. Actually, there's no person that has more clean sheets than Onana. You were right. Arsenal have 6 clean sheets.
You have
Onana has
6.
5.
There you go.
Yeah, because Ramsdale had 2 and Raya has 4, so they got 6.
There you go.
But Ramsdale's tied. Onana's tied number 1 in the league with Jonestown and Nick Pope.
There you go, bro. So, hey, man. For me, I don't like the clean sheet for a goalkeeper because I think that's more of a defensive stat. But it's good for as a defensive though. The fact that we have the
It's
second
good
most
for
clean
his
sheets
confidence.
it's good for his
Yes.
confidence, and the fact that we have the second most clean sheets in the Premier League is good. Obviously, I think we concede a lot of chances so far, but we have decent box defenders, especially Maguire. I think he's a good box defender. When he just has to defend with like life on the line, he's actually good at that. And today he was immense in the air. And obviously, I think Kevin Jimenez asked about Luke Shaw. The best thing I said about Luke Shaw today was that I didn't get mad at him, which is always good. You don't want to get mad at your players. And I saw a couple nice little giving goals that he was able to do. And Omar's such a criminal for that take, man. Yo, the difference between Luke Shaw and Reguilon is not even, it's night and day, bro. It's actually they're at different hemispheres. One's in the southern hemisphere, and the other one's in the northern hemisphere. It's like there's so much. He's just so much better. And defensively, he was solid. I don't think Jack Harrison really did much against him. And he just did
Bro,
his
I
job, man.
forgot that Jack Harrison was in the game, and that's a compliment. You know what? Luke Shaw had one of these quiet games that is good that you were quiet. Because you did nothing wrong.
Yeah, out of 10
Sometimes
solid.
I don't want certain players to be highlighted, because if you're highlighted, it means most likely you did something that's not good. Luke Shaw had a steady game. He was good on the build-up. He made some runs forward, had a few crosses in, took some corners and free kicks or whatever. And that's it. He had a standard game, and nothing happened down his side. I don't remember that Jack Harrison was there, which is a compliment to that side in general and Luke Shaw. So Ahmad could sit here and talk about Regulon making overlaps all he wants. I don't necessarily. Bro, Zinchenko, which a lot of people rate against my own will, is he known for overlaps? No. So why do people want to talk about overlaps only when it comes to Shaw? Yes, I get it. It's one of his deficiencies. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that's not a thing. But some of the fullbacks, we rated Cancelo for years, and he didn't overlap. He was an inverted left wing. Zinchenko's getting rated for the same thing. what's his name? Probably only Robertson, bro, was the only one in recent years that's been very highly praised because of his overlapping and his assists. Bar him, please name me another fullback that really overlaps a lot, gets so many assists, and is very solid defensive and does it on both ends. No one, bro.
I
And
guess
they want to talk about Ustupinian. Ustupinian doesn't do it on both ends. That's why they can't keep clean sheets. Go look at bro. I mean, he's injured right now, but go look at his record before he got injured. I think he played like 7 games, 0 clean sheets. But because he had 2 assists, everyone wants to piss themselves. Come on, bro.
I think assists with fullbacks is such like an overrated statistic as well, because like I big up Aaron Sakale, but he tweeted this about like he brought Grimaldo and Frimpong stats at Leverkusen. I'm like, bro, they're wingbacks first of all. They literally play as high as a striker. That's how high they're up the pitch.
Bro, that's Telles. That's Telles. Remember Telles?
Yeah,
Telles was that.
Grimaldo's cold. Frimpong are cold. But for me, like first of all, Frimpong's not even a fullback for me. The dude is a winger. He's 5'3". He just loves attacking. He's always played in a 3-back. He's never played in a 4-back. No wonder he bro just that high. And Grimaldo.
And they give you nothing on the other hand, bro. Listen, I think these guys are good attacking players, but they would not fit what we're doing at all, bro. So many people are ungrateful. Unfortunately, I would love to say, like, listen, if we win something, you know, you're gonna be grateful to the fullback that we had, blah blah blah. But I don't see us winning anything, so it's probably gonna give me no leverage to make an argument for Luke Shaw. Listen, I get it. The guy's been here for so many years, and he hasn't accomplished a lot with us. But if you're really being honest with yourself, just judge him by last season going into this season. Obviously, he's been injured. But if you really judge him under what he's done under Ten Hag, and you forget about all his years before and his injuries and his fallouts with Mourinho and all that, and if you give him a clean slate only based on what he's done with Ten Hag, you would notice that you're being very unfair on him. I
just think technically, bro, his passing is excellent. His dribbling is excellent. He's still quick.
I love seeing him on the pitch, bro. He fills me with confidence. He's there. I don't know what to tell you.
It's just really for me, it's the mental, which I think has always been the problem.
He's gonna have a disaster class here and there, Griggs. Yes, it's just but for the majority, they're overhauling it, bro. As I'm saying, it's because of his history, bro.
But I'm just happy that he's back. That's 2 of our. I think there's like maybe 3 players that are really crucial into our buildup. We're missing 1 more in Licha, but MAINOO's back, Shaw's back. And we still didn't look that good in buildup, which is another worry for another day. With maybe we'll talk about during the week.
We shouldn't be good in the build-up. Yeah. Look at the midfield. Like,
but
as much as we want to praise MAINOO, what was he going to do on his own, bro?
He's not to be fair, but that's why Chris has them hot because it's a 3-1-6. So that one is like technically they were following instructions. McTominay and Bruno are technically not meant to be involved in build-up.
We didn't change the instructions exactly. It's the same thing. We just won because we had a better individual for that profile that he put in that one.
Yeah, but I still eventually we did look good. And yeah, man, 3 points. Hold tight at 3-point collectors, as they say. I think we're 6th in the table. We're 2 points behind Spurs. I'm not gonna flex that. Oh, Spurs title challenge. I don't really care about that right now. 1 game at a time. I just focus on who's ahead of us. Newcastle are now behind us, and we play them next week. And of course, we have the big match on Wednesday. 6-pointer next week, and we have the first test, which is Galatasaray away on Wednesday. Because if we win that, then there's confidence in us to kind of get past this group. Because I think we got something for Bayern Munich, to be honest with you, because they're going to be probably resting. And they kind of have their own deficiency issues, and like in terms of defensively, Old Trafford, they always play a high line, so that kind of game can go either way. We saw the first game about Bayern, like.
Oh, that's later. I was about to say we're not playing in Old Trafford the next 2.
No. It's like Bayern play with so much like high. They play such a high line and they leave so much space that kind of game at Old Trafford it can go either way. We could easily just like put 3 past them, especially if our attackers are more confident by then, because that game is still about 3 weeks away. You never know. But first Galatasaray on Wednesday, that's the first test. Today's atmosphere was a good test for that, to be honest. Obviously, Galatasaray is going to be probably 10 to 15 times worse because we like Turkish people are crazy when it comes to football.
You know, that's what I fear, Griggs. I actually don't fear their team. I fear their atmosphere. But today gave me some confidence because Everton are also a toxic atmosphere. They don't have the flares and all that, so it's probably going to be worse.
I was seeing fireworks. I was seeing fireworks that whole
what was that? What was that fireworks? They had 4th of July or something. I was so confused with what was going on with those fireworks.
But yeah,
today was a good audition for that game, I'll tell you that.
To be fair,
there's a game that you wanted to go to away before going to Galatasaray. Probably this is one of them.
The other game would have been the game that we play on Saturday, which is right after, so.
Newcastle, yeah.
RSV, big up RSV. Big up McTominay, Rashford, Bruno. Once again, absolutely pathetic. I agree. Even I'm guessing Lindelof overall didn't play with Lindelof, man. That's the most mediocre.
Big up RSV by the way in the comments.
Yeah,
he was on the panel with us.
Yeah, I remember. If we lose versus Gal, just play like kids versus Bayern. Yeah, because we have a Liverpool that weekend right after that. So you know what? I kind of hear it. Just get a rest. But
Hey,
yeah,
Bayern might play the kids against us because they'll qualify by then. So we never know. It might be kids versus kids. I don't know.
we also started the theaters of death. Good. What does that mean, man? What does that even mean? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Kevin doesn't make
confused.
sense sometimes.
Yeah. Or now I'm playing Galatasaray. And man, we'll see. I hope not. Yo, now that MAINOO started, I want to win. I didn't really care about that game, but I can't have MAINOO start and lose. I don't like that. That doesn't feel me. I need him to keep an undefeated record for a long time because I kind of want to do that.
The league
Oh,
started today, so we're
Copenhagen.
on top of the league.
Pretty much, man. The last 12, 13 games didn't matter to me, bro. McTominay, Ericsson, Casemiro, didn't that midfield matter to me. But now, are you obviously we all talked about the schedule coming up. We got past our first test today. We got 2 more coming up this week. Are you confident that we can win both with like kind of the performance today? Or
I
do you
think we
think
can beat Galatasaray, yes.
we got
Because,
that?
bro, listen, I rate the atmosphere. Don't get me wrong, and that's the one thing that I fear. I've seen them in our ground. They should have never gotten the 3 points, bro.
That game should have been
And
over. But
I honestly think that Everton threatened us more today than Galatasaray will threaten us on the weekend. Midweek. I really do think so. Because Everton actually pushed a lot. They just had poor finishing, but they gotten in a lot of situations where they couldn't score. I haven't seen that from Galatasaray, bro. Honestly, they shithouse 3 points against us. It was our individual errors.
yeah.
Obviously, we had a red card because of the Onana mistake that led to the Casemiro tackle. We all remember what happened. Rashford Bozo Gene in the first half when he didn't when he tried to square it instead of finishing, whatever it is. We made so many mistakes that we gave him 3 points. They should have never gotten 3 points against us. I don't think they're a good team. I think the atmosphere will be the number one thing. If we can mentally, which is a big task at this point, because we know that these players collapse a lot, especially in away games, showing the record from last season. If we don't collapse because of the mental dealing with the atmosphere, because they're gonna be loud, they're gonna be screaming, there's gonna be flares on and everything. If we can get mentally through it on the pitch, I think we have better quality than them. And that's gonna be a big boost going into the Newcastle
I
game.
just
Because the
remember
Newcastle game and Everton game are harder than this game.
I just remember Rashford's not playing on Wednesday. I remember he's suspended.
It might be a good thing. I'm not
It
gonna
might
lie
be
to
good.
you
Might be good.
because he's not been good.
It
So
won't be a good
maybe
thing if this guy starts though.
now I was gonna say,
Yo,
listen, Højlund being on the bench would be
Nacho,
good.
Højlund, Pelestri. Start that from 3 Wednesday.
No,
I don't care.
Marcel's gonna start again.
Oh, Martial. Oh yeah, first. Okay, first. You know what? Do Nacho. Yo, I would throw. No, Højlund might not even be fit.
Listen,
Okay.
Garnacho, Martial,
Nacho,
Pelistri,
fine,
I'll
that's
start
fine.
that.
You know what I'm scared he might do? If actually no, we don't have a lot of midfielders fit. If
he's not gonna put Bruno on the right, he'll never do that.
if more midfielders were fit, I would be more worried about that. But we have no Ericsson, we have no.
No, he won't do that. He's gonna run the same midfield.
Yeah,
that midfield. Now that Kobe is also available, that midfield of McTominay and Bruno, he's gonna keep running. Yeah. He's gonna keep running that until he gets Lissandro back, Ericsson back, and then he's gonna start tweaking the system again. But for right now, he's playing on the wings. He's relying on that number 10 crashing, which is McTominay, because McTominay is low-key our number 10, not Bruno. Yeah. He's going to rely on his 10 crashing into the box. He's going to use those spaces that Marcel leaves him behind. He's going to keep doing that. McTominay is probably the first name on the team sheet. Next game.
Might even go. Maybe he does a diamond if Højlund's fit. Maybe.
No.
I don't think he will.
No more diamonds. No more diamonds.
We don't have the fullback for that.
I'll scream Ten Hag out again if he does that.
We don't have the fullbacks for that. If we had the fullbacks for that, I'd say it 100%, but we don't have the fullbacks for that. Look, I do agree. I do think we're on, bro. I know they got beef, but they gotta hash it out for Wednesday, man. We cannot go into We cannot go into Turkey.
I don't want to see Lindelof, bro. Please get Lindelof.
We cannot go with Magdalov into Turkey, bro. It is Varane. I hate that. I'm using an argument that I kind of don't like. It's the winner thing, but a big game like that kind of atmosphere, we need someone that's experienced. Like we need someone that's been in these kind of atmospheres before, and it's Varane. So just hash it out, man. I don't care. Find a way. But yeah, I do think Wednesday. I think we just gotta do what we did today. Score early, like we did even against Copenhagen, and just
we've been scoring early. Griggs, think of it. We scored early against Copenhagen. We should have scored early against Luton. We kept wasting chances, and we scored early again today. So that's 2 out of 3 games.
Just don't get a super red card. Just don't get a super red card again, and that ruined the whole complexity of the game. Go up 2-0 again, like you did today, and we could get them. And then Newcastle, we'll worry about that midweek. I'm sure me and Staffy are going to talk. Definitely.
We'll preview the game 100%.
We'll preview that, and we got something for them. Just don't worry, man. But we're not Chelsea, man. That's not Chelsea, man. Dumb team. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we've pretty much covered everything. We covered pretty much every player. We didn't even talk about Rashford and Bruno, but I don't really want to talk about Rashford and Bruno today. We've talked about them every single episode.
Rashford's been poor. Bruno had whatever. Bruno had a Bruno game where he didn't do anything, but he got a couple Gs. Like that was just like a standard Bruno game.
That was lockdown Bruno right there. To be fair, that's all I care about. He got the assist. It's good for him, man. And I just want to focus on the positive.
Maguire was good. If you guys want to talk about something else, Maguire was good. Let's be honest. Maguire was good. I think you said it perfectly. You said this game was perfect for him.
Bro, Maguire was in heaven today, bro. Just aerial duels all game. I want to see the numbers, how many headers he won, bro, because he was just handing the ball. Also, one last thing from Everton side, Branthwaite. He passed my audition today.
He was good.
I hope I see tampering. I hope I see tampering. Bring him in, man. Whether he's a starter or whether he's a backup for Licha, I don't really care. But that's the kind of center back that we need at this club because that's a good young quality player. Bruno, Rashid, yeah, bro. When we lose, I guess we could talk about that. But today was a win. My young boy Kobe MAINOO debuted and he was amazing. Garnacho scored a nice goal. We won 3-0 for the first time all year. We scored more than 2 goals. Well, second time all year. Won a game, by the way. Our first game this year that we won by more than 1 goal. Congratulations to Man United for that, by the way. And Ten Hag wasn't even on the sideline. My boy Mitchell van der Gag was on the sideline, bro.
Yeah, maybe keep him in the stands, bro.
You know Ten Hag did the post-match presser. I don't get that. He did the post-match presser as a coach, but he didn't even coach.
He's allowed to do the press, but he wasn't involved in it. That makes no sense.
Like that makes where's my boy Van der Gag, bro? He's not allowed to talk.
He didn't manage the game, but you're talking about the game. That made
man was just like a Peaky Blinders character in the stand with the hat, but he's not. That's crazy.
He looked cold. Man. I'm not gonna lie. Still Ten Hag out, but
I'm not that. That's you know what Staffy said that, so he has to stick to it. I never hit that kind of stage, but
he hasn't. You know what it is? He hasn't changed. Listen,
that's not enough.
We got 3 points to that, but he hasn't changed the things that I still need to see us control midfields. You know, winning 3-0 was nice, but there's still things that he didn't fix. We won, but thank you for winning. That's what you're supposed to do, anyways, regardless of playing good or bad. You know, but I still didn't see enough tweaks in the team to say this is the team that's playing the football that we should be playing. So unless I see that, I'm never going back on what Ten Hag said.
I hear that.
I just don't feel the need to talk about it today because I don't want to be negative.
Yeah, I hear that. Also with Ten Hag, I think there's no point in like talking about Ten Hag unless his ownership situation gets clarified anyway, because he's just gonna stay here until that gets clarified. So we stick with him or he's either good or he's shit, whatever. Just keep getting me 3 points, to be honest, and then we'll figure out about that later. Just have us in a good position by January 1st, and then we go from there with the window, see who we sign, see where Everton's situation is, because Everton, hey man, I think they're 5 points clear. They're 5 points behind the safety zone. I hope that I never really want to say I hope the team gets relegated, but I want Amadou Onana and I want Branthwaite at my club, so I kind of don't want them to get relegated. I want good deals for them.
Either relegated or they're gonna get hit by that fine because they're getting sued by Leicester and Leeds and what's the name, Burnley.
Jay said thoughts on download. 6-7 out of 10. It's a solid
standard game, nothing crazy. Yeah. Didn't do anything bad.
He technically got the assist for Garnacho, technically, to be fair to him.
He did. It wasn't a good cross though.
It was overhit cross, definitely. He definitely did not aim for that.
See, that's why stats are deceiving. You need to watch it. Like Garnacho scoring that is much harder than anything else that Dalot did. So like Dalot can't really claim that assist. He just put a horrible cross. You know what I mean?
You know, it's
he made something out of nothing.
A Portuguese also assisted Rooney's bicycle. It was Nani, so
it was Nani.
That's no correlation there. Well, yeah, that was solid. Wan-Bissaka also looked good in his little cameo. That he gave a nice 20 minutes, locked up Danjuma. And yeah, Joe. Well, that's pretty much it. 3 points. I hope everyone that was watching liked, share, subscribed. I think I want to check.
How many subs are you on right now?
Last time I went on my phone, I was at 220, which means I gained 3 during the video.
So you're at 220 right now.
I think so. Let me see if it went up at all.
Well, the road to 1K doesn't end. Doesn't matter how many.
220.
The road to 1K isn't over yet.
300 by Christmas. That's the goal. That's the short-term goal right now. 300 by Christmas.
You can get 80 with ease, guys. Get him 80 before Christmas. So there you go. Like the video for him. Subscribe. It is the road to 1K, but it starts with baby steps. So everyone who's watching who hasn't subbed yet, make sure you sub to the channel.
I'm like Man United, bro. We're just moving baby steps. We're not trying to do all this like over. Like people say 6 points behind the top, bro. That's an unrealistic goal.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah, top 4 race right now, and then top race to 300 for us right now. Make sure you guys subscribe to Staffy. No, I'm gonna assume that mostly everyone here is subscribed to Staffy, but if you're not, definitely subscribe to him. I know he just hit 2K like last week. Road to 5K because I know Staffy's dreams are big and he achieves big. So he wants 5K, not 3K. So we'll give that respect.
I told him the more we get subs, we're gonna start making the goal bigger. So I was like,
Yeah.
first it's 1K, then let's double that. Then all right, we're not gonna go 3K, 4K. That's too much. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go for 2 to 5. So we're gonna talk about 5 only. We're not talking about 3, 4. We're talking about 5. We're dreaming bigger.
And I don't know Staffy today has Alahwa on Hassan's channel next.
Yeah,
which is in 40 minutes. So make sure you guys go check that. And then he has his call-in show at 6 p.m. US time, which is 11 p.m. UK time. So if you guys want to call into that, I know he loves doing that. It's also I can't give him the idea for it. I'm gonna take credit here.
You know what? You told me you were like Sundays, just do call-in shows. I was like, you know what? That's much easier than getting a panel. So if you're an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, City fan, United fan, whoever you're cheering for,
it was a big week. It was a big week in the Big Six because
there's so much to talk about, bro. Call in and talk about your team. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so make sure you guys do that. And then during the week, I'm sure you'll see me and Staffy do preview for Newcastle, Galatasaray on Wednesday too, with Champions League and maybe some NBA content. I'm gonna talk to Staffy about that. Tuesday, all I'm saying is the last day of the in-season tournament, so we might have to cook something up for that.
No, bro, I'm not trying to talk about the NBA because my fantasy team is getting spanked. I have so many injuries. I have like 5 players out.
Cooked.
I'm losing bad. Bro.
No, but you guys should also tune in because I'm not gonna promote it, but I don't promote gambling. But I did start dwelling into that side of the world, and seeing my live reaction to that will be a little bit funny. I'm not gonna lie because what SGA did to me yesterday, bro. I needed him to get 1 assist. He did end up hitting it, but bro, I was like, bro, he couldn't even hit. He barely hit 5 assists. I'm like, bro, are you serious right now, man? That's what you do to me. But make sure you guys tune out for that. And for me, maybe NBA this week, but definitely match reaction Wednesday, Galatasaray and Newcastle. We play on Saturday, I believe. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, share, subscribe, and same for the people that watch it later on the playback. And yeah, that's it. Pretty much it. We're out. I can't click and stream. Cool.